Now let's talk about this problem statement, which says we need to write a program that reads two space separated integers from input and prints their sum as output. So we see like there are two variables 23 and 12 that we have to read. And once we read these into two variables, we will have to add them. So 23 plus 12 is 35, and we have to print this answer. Now, whenever we see a problem at hand, what essentially we have to do? We have to do a program whose basic structure will be something like this. Every program will have some start statement and some stop statement. So program begins here, ends here. Now, in between start and stop, we declare variables, we read inputs from the user, we do some processing, and we write output. So every program that we write will follow this structure. But we should understand in C language what is the start equivalent. So in C language, start equivalent is that int main to round brackets, curly brackets. So this is our start. Any C program we will write, we will be starting with this. Now, what is the stop equivalent? Stop equivalent is the statement return 0 and closing curly bracket. So this will be our stop equivalent. Now, how do we declare variables? For this program, if we take a look back, we need two variables that can hold the inputs, first number and second number. And then we can declare third variable where we will store their sum. So let's see. Start, we already talked about. Stop, we already talked about. Now declaring variables, let's declare three variables, int a, b, and s. When we are declaring variables, we are saying int a is equal to 0, comma, b equal to 0, comma, s is equal to 0. So this is called declaration, and every variable we are also assigning a value. This is called initialization with 0. So a is initialized with 0, b is initialized with 0, s is initialized with 0. Next, we have to read inputs. Now in C program, if we want to read two numbers in two variables, A and B, we will use a syntax called scanf. So we'll do scanf. %d stands for decimal because those numbers are from decimal number system. So this is for actually for integer, decimal integers. So %d. And then we do ampersand A, ampersand B. So first number will be read in A, second number will be read in B. That is reading the inputs part. Third is processing part. We will add A and B and we put the sum in S. And fourth is once we have done this, fourth is the printf statement. So we do printf %d and S. So eventually going forward, we will talk about what are variables, what are data types, and we will also talk about the scanf in a little further detail. Processing, we are using simple mathematical operator, and then we are writing the output. So this is the first program that we will write where we are seeing all the parts of the program coming together in the picture. So let's head on to IDE1 and complete this program ourselves.